John. I'm part of the Australian Langham board, and I'm reading day 20 from an author in a sensitive country. Manasseh. In his distress, he sought the favour of the Lord his God and humbled himself greatly before the God of his ancestors. 2 Chronicles chapter 33, verse 12. I am not ashamed of you. You are my brother. I love you. These were the words of a young pastor I know spoke to his older brother who was caught by the police in a case involving drugs and prostitution. Where culture is mostly driven by shame and honour, this affirmation was a huge act of love and sacrifice. It involved some risk to his reputation as a pastor too. But these words of faith, hope and love bore good fruits in the life of his wayward brother. The older brother honoured the risk taken by his brother and never looked back. He repented. His life was transformed. For many years, he lived a productive life with his family. Sadly, years of substance abuse took a toll on his body and he passed away at an early age. But he died happy and confident in his faith. This story reminds me of King Manasseh, one of Jesus' ancestors. Manasseh was not just the longest ruling king in Judah. He reigned for 55 years. But he was also among the most wicked kings. From sacrificing his own son to building altars for Baal worship and shedding innocent blood in Jerusalem, he did more evil than the neighbouring pagan nations whom the Lord destroyed because of their sins. Even though God kept calling out to him, he ignored the voice of God. What a great sinner Manasseh was. He deserved punishment for his sins and for leading an entire nation to sin against God. But the Lord is merciful and gracious, slow to anger and abounding in steadfast love. He called out to Manasseh again, this time bringing him down to the pits through the brutally ruthless Assyrian king. God often brings people down to the pits to grab their attention and bring them to repentance. He rescued King David from the pits many times. He pulled Joseph from the pit of despair. He pulled Daniel's friends from the pit of fire. He snatched Paul from the pit of self-righteousness. He helped Moses out of the pit of self-pity and an inferiority complex. He rescued the pastor's brother from the pit of shame and guilt. Yes, he can even save someone as evil as Manasseh. That is exactly why God sent his beloved Son Jesus into the world to save people from their sins, shame and guilt. What God seeks is a repentant heart. Repentance becomes difficult when our hearts are hardened by power and arrogance or numbed by wealth and fame. God may have to bring a difficult storm to bring us back to himself, just like he did to Manasseh. The turning point in Manasseh's story is in 2 Chronicles chapter 33, verse 12. In his distress, he sought the favour of the Lord, his God, and humbled himself greatly before the God of his ancestors. As I ponder Manasseh's story, 3 lessons stand out. First, God, in his sovereign grace, reveals himself to us so that we might respond in repentance, faith, and submission to him. God's revelation demands a human response. Second, leadership is important. Through the evil life of one king, the whole nation was led astray. But through his repentance and obedience, the entire nation was brought back to the right path. We experience this in Nagaland, where all political leaders are professing Christians, yet there is a high level of corruption in the government with devastating consequences. We need to raise up and elect godly leaders. Third, we are loved and accepted by God as his new family. This great privilege must motivate us to walk in obedience. Why is Manasseh mentioned in Jesus' genealogy? I believe Manasseh is included in Jesus' genealogy to show us God's great mercy and demonstrate for us what Jesus came to give, namely forgiveness, salvation, and restoration. Jesus is not ashamed to call Manasseh his family. He loved him. He loves him.